Furthermore, you'll also get to experience updates to World of Wonder and Classic Mode. So let's dive right into it. In the Frost Festival, we'll be bringing you a series of snow-themed content, including a new Snowy Village-themed area, fun interactions with snow pals, and snow-themed items for more gaming fun and excitement. When miraculous December comes, the Frosty World will undergo some magical changes and snow-themed items for more gaming fun and excitement. First, let's take a look at the new December comes. Snowy World will undergo some magical changes and snow-themed items for more gaming supplies. It's located near Stalber in Erringel, Iceborg in Livik, and Goroka in Vikendi. In addition to the buildings on the ground, the underground area of the Lucky Ice Tower is also worth exploring. Make use of the two-story layout to experience a completely new battle experience. Sound the bell in the Lucky Ice Tower, and you can even summon rewards. Additionally, the village also has a snow rail, which can help you quickly move around and gather supplies. It allows you to navigate flexibly between different areas of the village, and also swiftly relocate to advantageous positions during battles for your team to counterattack more effectively. Of course, you should always remain vigilant to avoid becoming the target of an ambush. What's more, the village also features a special two-seat vehicle, the Reindeer. It's also a great choice for transportation, as it allows you to swiftly move all over the map. For intense battles, we've also prepared festive and practical battle equipment for you: the Snowball Blaster and Snowboard. The Snowball Blaster can be used in many ways and has loads of functionality. When you aim it at the ground or a building, it can create a snow pile cover for you. When used on enemies, you can temporarily transform them into lively snow pals to restrict their movement. When facing bodies of water, you can use the Snowball Blaster to freeze the surface so that you can walk on it. It's definitely a practical yet entertaining weapon. After transforming into a lively snow pal, you will be unable to use firearms to do battle. You'll only be able to rely on basic actions such as walking, running, jumping, and swimming to evade enemy pursuit. It takes some time before you can revert to your human form. Let's build a snowman together. The snowboard will also bring you a whole new experience. Apart from helping you glide and move on various surfaces, it can also be used with the Snowball Blaster. Explore the many possibilities and use these two items to have all kinds of fun. We've also designed various interactive mechanics, such as searching for snow toddlers, lucky ice, and the snow blast zone. When you encounter a lucky snowman on the map, don't be in a rush to leave. There are 4 lost little snowmen hidden near the lucky snowman. Search for the 4 hidden snow toddlers and bring them back to the large snowman. You'll then receive a token of gratitude. There are lots of lucky ice scattered across the map. Shatter the ice to get the supplies inside. Try using a melee weapon to break the ice more easily. Furthermore, you'll find that snow has engulfed some red zones on the map, and the falling snow will bring about many interesting effects. Players within a snow blast zone will be transformed into a lively snow pal if they're hit by the snow. If the snow lands on the ground, a snow pile cover will be created. In this World of Wonder update, we'll be introducing a brand new transformation skill gameplay and a catch me hide and seek gameplay for you to enjoy the transformation skills to the fullest. Of course, you can also use this skill to create more interesting creations. We've also added a Snowy Village map template to celebrate the Frost Festival with creators. Additionally, we've also made some updates and improvements to gameplay devices, game parameter settings, and the editor. For more details, please follow the official PUBG mobile community. We'll continue introducing the latest WoW content to everyone. As for Classic Mode, we've also made some improvements to vehicles, firearms, creation mode, emotes, settings, and more. First, we've enhanced the designated marksman rifles. Some DMRs can be equipped with the full auto mod to fire in full auto. We've also improved the attributes and handling of some vehicles to enhance your driving experience. We've also added a new garage mechanic. From now on, you can choose your dream ride during matches. Meanwhile, we've also added a custom SFX adjustment feature. You can adjust the volume of some sound effects to whatever best suits you. As for creation mode, we'll be introducing some quick view features for watching the victory dance and fireworks displays and the new Frozen Kingdom themed performance in order to provide players with more possibilities for creative content. Furthermore, we've expanded the emote backpack. Now you can equip more emotes before entering the battleground. That's a wrap for the main content in this new version. In addition, new content will be added to the popularity battle event, Metro Royale, and season rewards. For more details, follow our official PUBG mobile community. Snow Battle is coming to town. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
In 2020, while the eyes of most PUBG Mobile viewers were focused on Southeast Asia as well as other regions, there was one region in particular that went under the radar, the 2020 EMEA League. numerous teams from different regions were fighting for a spot in the 2020 PMGC. Among them, the teams from the EU region were the most dazzling. Kanina Power, which had previously won 3rd place in the 2020 PMWL West League, managed to break through and eventually won 6th place in the 2020 PMGC. Class Dilge Athletics from Turkey also successfully took 8th place. For the entire EU region, this was a great start, and in the future, the EU region would grow into an even stronger region. The EU region seems to have endless potential. They always have a number of astonishingly talented newcomers. In the 2021 PMWI, in addition to the veteran team Kanina Power taking 2nd place, the newly reorganized team in 2021, Next Ria,
Xenox in the smokes, the solo by themselves,
surprisingly won 3rd place.
The EU region seems to just have endless potential. There's always a number of astonishingly talented newcomers coming up through the ranks, developing their skills, and in 2021 at the PMWI, you had some of the veterans there for sure. Kanina Power taking 2nd place, an incredible performance coming through from them to get that 2nd place. But not only that, you had the reorganized team for Next Ruya in 2021 who won PMPL Turkey. They came 1st in their region and then were invited on the back of that to the PMWI West to take 3rd place. So these new talents working as this new roster at the time, a phenomenal resurgence there, and there's so much more left in the pipeline, I'm sure, for this region. I'm really excited for what the future has, and I can't wait to see what they've got.
In the 2021 PMGC, teams from around the world gathered once again. First of all, worth mentioning is that among all the participating countries in the grand finals, Turkey had the most with 3. Among them, teams like S2G and Next Ria finished 4th and 6th respectively. This was a massive achievement. The efforts of the EU region are constantly bearing fruit. Now they just needed an opportunity.
2021 yılında Dünya Şampiyonası istediğimiz gibi başlamıştı. Çünkü West aşamasında 3 takımımızı birden ilk 6'ya sokmayı başardık ve büyük finallere 3 takımımızı göndermiştik. S2G 4. olarak buraya katılma hakkı kazanmıştı ve kadrosunda Rip7, Timber, Kalse, Sylas gibi isimler vardı. Büyük finallerde ne yapacağını çok fazla kestiremiyorduk temsilcilerimizin, çünkü dünyadaki takımların iyi performansları söz konusuydu. Büyük finallerde temsilcimiz S2G 4. olmayı başardı. Nexu'ya 6. olmayı başardı. Maalesef Fenerbahçe ilk 8'in dışarısında kalmıştı. Ama bu takımın ileride çok iyi şeyler vaat ettiği konusunda herkes hemfikirdi.
Next, let's go directly to the 2022 PMGC. At a time when everyone was focusing on whether Nova could win 3 consecutive championships, a team that was not originally a favorite to win was about to become the focus on stage. S2G performed consistently in the first 2 days of competition, always maintaining a position at the top of the leaderboard. And on the final day, S2G changed its conservative tactical strategy and sought to gain more elimination points in the last few rounds. And in the last round, S2G secured the championship with 15 elimination points.
champion of 2022, it is S2G!
They finally broke through and made history for the EU region.
2022 Dünya Şampiyonası bizi büyük zaferler getirdi. Tabii ki Dünya Şampiyonası başlamadan önce bu zaferlerin geleceği konusunda çok bir fikrimiz yoktu. S2G kadrosunda bazı değişiklikler yapmıştı. Takıma yeni katılan oyuncular vardı. Özellikle Reis'le birlikte takımın form seviyesi gerçekten çok yüksekti. 2022 Dünya Şampiyonası finallerine 2 takım göndermeyi başarmıştık. Bir tanesi S2G, bir tanesi Firefly. Maalesef iki takımımızın kaderleri birazcık farklı oldu. İlk günden itibaren S2G sürekli olarak zirveyi kovalarken Firefly için işler iyi gitmemişti. 3. gün geldiğinde S2G güzel maçlar geçirdi ve şampiyonluğu Türkiye'ye getirmeyi başardı. Bu Türkiye e-spor tarihindeki en unutulmaz başarıydı.
This year, the EU region has continuously produced even more strong teams. First of all, G Gladiators won first place in the 2023 PUBG Pro League Spring Regional Championships and third place in the 2023 PMWI. Veteran teams like Next Ria, Kanina Power have been performing better and better this year and successfully qualified for the 2023 PMGC. Subsequently, top recent teams like Magos, BRA Esports, Major Pride, Elise Esports, and Morte, among others from EU, have also successfully gotten a spot in the PMGC. They all look forward to continuing the success of the EU region in 2023. There are many questions surrounding PMGC. Will S2G successfully defend their championship?
الياباني.
Will
هذا
another
شيء
EU
حلو.
team
بعدين
lift the
سوري
trophy?
حول
Could it
برضه
even
سويتش
be a team
من السوري
unexpected to win it all? Let's witness it together
شكله
in
معنا
Turkey.
بالبطولة. نجرب هجوم أولي. تعال معلم. تعالي بس تعالي. وربي أستحك وربي بس جرب روكل. يا ضيلوي روكل مرة واحدة بس. ابلع التور بلع يا اخوان.
I'm Gold Investigator. Join the investigator team and let's protect the game's fairness together.
اوكي ما حنخليه ياخذ. ولا يقربش على الفلبيني. ضيع له ويف وربي يعذبك نفسيا هو والله. وربي يعذبك نفسيا هو. خلي نفسك بحبة مليون يا
Gala. We've introduced a brand new competition and upgraded rewards. You will have to go through 10 rounds of 1v1 matches and compete to become the first ever PUBG Mobile Popularity Annual Gala champion. So let's get right to it. New competition, ladder competition. The Popularity Annual Gala event will be utilizing a new ladder promotion system. Players' initial ladder grade will be determined by their battle points at the end of the first round. Ladders are divided into 6 grades: Triple S, Double S, S, A, B, and C, with Triple S being the highest. Ladder promotion rules. Players are ranked based on the popularity they gain during the battle period. For rounds 1 to 9, the ladder results are settled at the end of every round battle. Apart from ladder grade C, each ladder has 100 spots, with the top 20 promoted, the middle 60 retained, and the bottom 20 demoted. If you're trying to move up the ranks, be sure to stay within your ladder's retained threshold or higher before each round is settled. Additionally, ladder grades can only be promoted or demoted by 1 grade at a time, so your performance in the assignment round is crucial. Be sure not to miss it. Final showdown. Based on the rankings from the previous 9 rounds, round 10 will be the decisive showdown to determine the final rank and ladder grade placement, including the champion of the 2023 Popularity Annual Gala, who will emerge as the ultimate winner. New exclusive rewards. At the end of round 10, rewards will be issued based on the player's ladder grade and final rank. For outstanding players, they will receive exclusive rewards that can showcase their supreme honor both in and outside the game. In-game rewards include the honor title, honor name tag, and honor avatar frame, which are sure to make you stand out. Moreover, there are also physical trophies, interviews, custom-made popularity gifts, official social media promotion, game exposure, and other exclusive honorable rewards. Gain global renown both in and outside the game. What are you waiting for? Participate in the 2023 Popularity Annual Gala now.
Uy, hola, Terito, ya por aquí tan de noche. Bienvenido. Pues te faltan 5 minutos y terminas la partida. Últimos 5 minutos. F5. Me dormí y se me fue el sueño. ¿Cómo así? ¿Te estabas durmiendo? ¿Dónde? Jugando Puchamón. Eso también me pasa, pero cuando me toca una partida que me hace pillar,
PMGC 2023, and this is going to be the last chance stage here. And I'm live in Malaysia, Battle Arena PJ, with me none other than Potato coming out from Alter Ego. Now starting off our questions and brief interview for the day. Now, for Alter Ego, you guys were PMSL champions back-to-back for 2 seasons.
Ese día güey con razón los peleé. Sí, por si un día güey, si es que se lo toparon en Ranked, era muy molestoso. Cuidado.
PMSL and even the PMGC now.
Oke, jadi buat Alter Ego sendiri,
yang gue era muy molestoso antes de estar.
Sekarang kamu berada di survival stage PMGC. Jadi apakah perbedaan di antara PMSL dan PMGC itu sendiri?
Oke, kalau perbedaannya menurut kita sih dari segi adaptif di tim-tim global ini ya, karena dari segi adaptif atau adaptasi mereka sangat-sangat kuat. Jadi mereka nggak ada patokan mau gameplay gimana, jadi mereka menyesuaikan dari segi gameplay.
Okay, if you ask me the difference between PMSL and PMGC, most of the team at this PMGC, they know how to adapt with the situation. They don't have like one specific play style. Am I a bad person? They want to be passive or aggressive. No, they not doing that. They just adapt with the situation and improvise from there.
So I guess that's the biggest challenge for
Hey
them
guys,
as well, then.
it's me, Mist. I'm finally back with another new video. Sorry guys, I have been gone for around 6 days as our government cut off our internet nationwide. Anyways, in today's video, I'm gonna showcase our
next stage and get a better result.
Oke, jadi buat hari ini adalah hari terakhir buat Alter Ego sendiri. Apakah menurut kamu sendiri ada sesuatu lah yang kamu ngerasa bisa nggak kamu lolos ke survival stage nanti gitu. Apa yang kamu harus lakuin buat kamu lolos ke survival stage?
Apa yang harus kita lakuin sih pastinya lebih ke mematahkan kesalahan kemarin ya. Jadi kita belajar banyak dari kesalahan kemarin. Kita benar-benar adjust lah untuk hari ini karena hari ini kita terakhir bermain dan grup green besok masih grup red dan yellow masih bermain.
Okay, so for me from Alter Ego, we want to do our best. We already touch up our mistake. We already learned from the past, and yes, of course, today group green and versus red, but then red is gonna play in tomorrow. So I think we're gonna perform really well, so that group red is not gonna qualify easily to the last chance.
Now I'm going to touch that for a bit more. Since you mentioned about your mistakes yesterday, and it's so hard to actually identify your mistake in a very short time, can you state out some of the mistakes that's quite major for your team?
Everyone, how's it going? Jackson, we are back in our video. So the patch notes for the July 25th update just dropped, and I'm going to be going over it and tell you guys everything you need to know about this patch. So let's begin.
Mistake yang kemarin.
Alright, so server update announcement July 25th. The update time is going to be July 24th at 21 UTC, so it's a couple hours from when I'm actually recording this video. It should be coming out very soon. So what's new?
So the things that I don't expect is the playstyle from Sem9.
Everyone, how's it going? Jackson, we're back in our video. This video we're going to be going over the brand new
spot in every map is quite near with Sem9, and yeah, we don't expect these things gonna happen, and yes, they give us so much trouble.
I mean, that's the unexpected to be happening on the global stage, definitely now. You mentioned about Sem9. Are they one of your greatest threat when it comes to this stage, or will there be somebody else so far?
Kamu ngomong Sem9 nih, kamu mention Sem9. Apakah Sem9 itu salah satu tim yang kamu ngerasa PR terbesar kamu, ataupun ada tim-tim yang lain?
Enggak sih. Karena emang kemarin iseng aja, kita nggak expect dia bakalan main se-iseng itu.
Okay. So basically, it's not really Sem9 is our biggest threat, but then we just don't expect they're gonna play like that.
Okay, we might have more surprises for today, by the way. With tight points among the teams, and you still have a great chance to make it to the last chance stage. What's your focus to improve your rankings since today is your last day? And what do you think is the most important outcome for today's game?
Okay, jadi kalau kita lihat dari point system, poin kalian itu tidaklah terlalu jauh untuk kamu lolos ke last chance. Jadi, apakah fokus terbesar yang kamu mau fokusin hari ini supaya kamu bisa lolos ke last chance?
Kita lebih memaksimalin tiap game sih. Jadi kalau tiap game kita mendapatkan hasil yang bagus, poin juga bakalan ikutan bagus juga. Jadi kita fokus game per game.
Okay, so basically we're gonna focus on each game. We're gonna focus on our first game first. It's because of I believe if we focus on each game, the point will come afterward. So we're just gonna do our best in every single map, so that we're gonna maximize our point.
I agree. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time as well. But we're done here on stage live. We're going to toss it back to the casters. Good luck, all the best for all the teams out there competing, especially when it comes to Green Group. Today will be the last day performing, and next day they have to just wait it out. They're just going to toss it back to the casters. Casters, take it away.
Ya estamos aquí, familia. Bueno, tenemos a Augran. Todavía no está para jugarlo en modo PvP ni.
Well, as you heard there, Potato, Alter Ego, and all the teams from Group Green, this is your last chance, your last 6 matches to get as many points as possible and potentially keep yourself in the safe zone. I'm Jason Kaplan, and we got Maxman and Kalaris here on the desk to break everything happening, obviously, yesterday and what can come up today. And honestly, Max, no, I'm not going to go to you, Max. First, Alter Ego had a rough day, to say the least.
Yes, they did, and I VOD reviewed them quite extensively. So obviously we heard in the interview there that, you know, Sem9 was one of their downfalls. Luckily for them, they're not playing today. However, I think that is not the issue for them. Yesterday, the issue for them in 4 games out of the 6 was unnecessary risks. You think back to the Sandhawk, you get caught in the water, BTR takes you down, you're done. You think,
никто вас не догонит. Суньце, в чем его основной прикол? В том, что на ульте вы можете сесть на свою лодку или в данном случае в этом скине на дракона и быстро перемещаться по карте, при этом у вас иммунитет к контролю. И самое главное, что с вами вместе может ехать ваш тиммейт. Вы можете быстро куда-то переместиться, и пока он на вашей лодке, или в данном случае на драконе, он может спамить.
PUBG Mobile and trying to play a bit more of a controlled style.
Well, there you go. Before we can hop into some more analysis here, Max, I know you're just ready to talk. I'm going to remind you guys at home about the Infinix GT10 Pro official smartphone here at PMGC 2023. And while you're on your new lovely device, make sure you check out TikTok with the tag PMGC 2023 to find out some stuff.
Nada más le tenemos que pegar a la torre, güey, no se nos ocurre. Creo que tenían razón, lo que nos faltaba era darle al nexo, efectivamente. Ustedes le saben al juego.
Yo
me voy a dormir y me quedé viendo 2 partidas. Es que es lo divertido de los streams, nunca sabes qué mamada va a pasar.
It's G Gladiators.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about them.
I'm making you talk about them.
I don't know. I want to talk about
them. Recuperamos una de las estrellas, por lo menos.
I still believe in the Gladiators cheese.
Asistencias 23%. De infligido 100.
They're going to maybe qualify to the survival stage, to the last chance, should I say, with just a few points, but I want to look onto other teams possibly because we got also a big shift of groups, right? And one of the few teams that's been added to the mix today, I'm especially excited to see play, is going to be Enigma Galaxy. They played exceptionally well back in their group Red.
Hablemos del parche que va a llegar para la gente que se inscribió al Open Series. Y es que sí, ya se ha informado que va a llegar un parche, una actualización básicamente, para que la gente pueda jugar el torneo a partir del día 24 de julio. Este parche va a estar llegando hoy 23 a las 6 p.m. hora México. Entonces tendrás que estar pendiente tú y todo tu equipo para poder actualizar. De lo contrario, no van a poder jugar. Si tienes dudas de qué horario o qué horas son las 6 p.m. hora México, googlealo, papito, que para eso tienes internet. Y no olvides recordárselo a todo tu team. Hablemos del parche que va a llegar para la gente que se inscribió al Open Series. Y es que sí, ya se ha informado que va a llegar un parche, una actualización.
Information, all of the teams that qualify for PMGC. So I'm hoping for Duxan to big today.
I was going to say, well, that's great stuff to talk about. My intention is pretty well. I'm curious to see if they can rise up and be another Brazilian strong power team. But also, and Hyper, because the roster they ended up fielding in Group Red wasn't the roster they ended up fielding in Americas or the team they ended up fielding in North America PMPL. I mean, to be fair, GFen on the roster was surprised to see them do so well in the group, considering GFen's kind of been out of the team for a while now. But they have, I guess, a lot of pressure coming their way from North America in general, considering they're our only representative. And I don't know. It's going to be tough, man. That's all I can say.
I know that Zifan is watching a lot of, doing a lot of viewer parties, watching a lot of the different regions. So I think that might have helped out, actually, because he knows kind of what to expect in these matches against all these different teams, how they're going to rotate, and how these matches are going to be unfolding. So maybe that has been helping them out quite a bit. But it can't help you against the domination of Brazil right now, because Influence Rage are just running away with it. And as you said already, talking about Inco, Jason, they have already played at this stage. Nenebich in particular, one of my favorite players of the region, that I would like to see them potentially climb up. But that would be too many Brazilian teams almost in the grand finals. There can't be all of them. That's not possible.
Or could it? I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, still a lot to come up down the way. But we can see a comparison here of Mad Bulls up against the Mad Bulls. Obviously struggling when it came to put up a ton of eliminations and obviously double chicken dinners as well. We could see just obviously the performance when it came to group stage quite different when it came to eliminations.
For me, Enigma Galaxy, I do feel like they were the one surprise for me, especially out of Group Red, to not advance through to the grand final straight away. I mean, they just fell short of Morph by a few points here and there because Enigma Galaxy had a great start, and we know this team as a very formidable roster. I mean, I think a lot of people put a lot of stock in if Coops is gone, then if he's eliminated early, then maybe they don't have much legs to stand on. But I don't necessarily hugely agree with that. Of course, he is a force to be reckoned with, right? And somebody that is going to be sitting very strongly with him, as you can see, with the point 3 eliminations. But this team still is able to play a macro game, even if Coops is gone. Just that he is quite the powerhouse to speak of.
I mean, thinking back to PMWI, Max, we did see Coops kind of be similar to Nomi, similar to Matic. He was kind of off by himself, but also the funny thing was he was the tip of the spear, it seemed, in most parts. He would be like the first one to cross the rows to get position for his team, but he'd be so confident and so successful to be able to do that it allowed Enigma Galaxy to kind of adapt their style quite a bit to how Coops can perform to his best.
If you're Nigma Galaxy, you don't need an IGL. You just need to, oh, Coops is engaged. We just follow Coops.
Enable him.
No, just enable Coops exactly to kind of take these fights, because clearly, as you said, he is the spearhead of these scenarios. He is the one that is leading the charge for this fight. And a lot of the time, it's very successful when it works out that way. And the rest of the team, sure, they can frag out. We know Lord, we know Freak, we know how Rauf can also pop off in these matches. But clearly, it's just the setup around Coops. If he gets knocked, pick him up. You want to keep him alive as much as possible, which is what I wanted to see almost from Quest with Al-Hajir, but it's just not been the case. Al-Hajir's been going out early, so it goes to show how important it is to keep a star player like Coops alive until the very end, because it increases your odds of winning those matches pretty significantly. So yeah, I hope that it's going to work out for them, though. If you're looking also on this graphic, Radio Seal, currently Reject, we had some great moments, right, Kalaris, in the group stage, but they've been a little bit invisible currently at the start of this tournament. There's still a bit of time for them to come back and hopefully qualify for the last chance, but Reject have not had the start I was expecting, and that might be also off the back of that long break between Group Green and now this point of the tournament.
Honestly, I have a bit of a grim outlook for Group Green, in my opinion. Also take a look at some of the highlights, because I mean, you've got 6 of their teams not able to make it happen yesterday, right? I think Alter Ego was the top out of those 6 teams with 22 points, and that's kind of why I focused on them a little bit in my VOD review from day to day, because I do feel like Alter Ego is the one that can try and get out of that rut that Group Green has put themselves in yesterday, because it is their last chance today. So much so that I do believe that Alter Ego will make some big changes coming in today. Like, for example, I think that they're going to go north on Sandhawk because N-Hyper goes down towards Camp Charlie, which was a backup drop since they moved away from that northwest island, for example. So we'll see if that actually pans out here today. But yeah, I think they've got a tall mountain to climb as Group Green today for the most part.
I will say this, I'm 100% in agreement with you, Kalaris, but one thing we can't forget about is that the difference between 16th place and 8th place is 15 points. Now, obviously, if you're Melissa in the situation, that's over doubling your points, but it's not that big of a gap at the moment, so it's really going to come down to those potential 1, 2, 3 points. That means whether you're into the last chance or your unfortunately PMGC run will be done. So it's still extremely close, but yeah, it is kind of eye-opening, Max, as we look at Group Green just struggling down towards the bottom of the leaderboard.
Yeah, actually, I got a few numbers right now. Group Yellow, on average, have 40.5 points. Group Green have 26.3. So there's a pretty significant disparity between the teams that are between these two groups. It is going to be a bit rough. There's room for them to, of course, catch up here, but as we know, for the survival stage, it's only 2 days. The team of Group Green only have 6 matches remaining to have an impact on the leaderboards. And after, I mean, Kalaris in esports, this is always the worst scenario to be in. You just got to stay and watch and just hope that the other teams around you don't perform well, which is the most insane situation to be in, because you just cannot have the impact you're hoping for anymore.
No, for sure. It's a terrifying prospect to actually kind of stare down. For Rejects, of course, I think that obviously right now they got themselves 17 points yesterday. Compare that to the group stage that they had, which was 188 points in total. For me, I don't know if 2 days is enough for Rejects and rotating lobbies for them to gain traction, because Rejects' performances came in the latter stages of their group as a whole compared to some of the earlier days and the early results. That said, as well, there's some uncharacteristic numbers that came out from yesterday. Procedure, for example, only 10 eliminations across 6 games. This is a team that can get that in 1 game, no problem, considering what we saw from them in the group stage. So my eyes are also on them, aside from Alter Ego, because I just think that they're capable of more.
100%. I completely agree, and unfortunately just not seen out of them and the Twins. But you know what, obviously rotating groups, I think for me, as you kind of mentioned, right, like we have rotating groups, it kind of doesn't favor some of the teams. But for me, PMGC is always about finding the best all-around team, because there's so many different kind of mini tournaments within tournaments, right? You have your group stage where you play out the same teams over the course of 3-4 days. Then you have this event where you have rotating groups, you have to be adaptive. Then you get to the grand finals where it's going to be a sprint, or I guess the last stage coming up in just 2 days, where it's really a sprint, right? With just 2 days of play. You got to be good all around, and we're going to find the team to be just that, hopefully, very, very soon. But one team I did want to focus on, just really quickly, because I want to throw this out there in case it happens. Influence Rage. You're so far in the lead, there should be no chance you're ever going to fall into the bottom 8. Do you start to hot drop on some teams' potential, start to kind of put yourself in rotational paths of some of the teams, well, obviously not them because they're not playing here, maybe Mad Bulls is a better case in the situation, to punish teams and prevent them from potentially qualifying? Because Influence Rage will come tomorrow, Mad Bulls is today.
We always theorize this, and it pretty much never happens, right?
But I want to see it!
You want to see it, okay, but other teams going to take that risk? I'm not quite sure. You could do it if you want at the second half of the day. I think now is a bit early to do that. You're safe. You're not 100% safe, so just...
Mad Bulls? You don't...
I mean, for Influence Rage, I would just say, just play the half of the day, just chill, normal. Then if you want, and see how it happens. I think the earlier you do it, the more responsive teams are going to be to that, and they're going to adapt around you, potentially hot dropping them, right? So if you Influence Rage, Mad Bulls, BTR, maybe you want to take a bit more time before going for a play like that. I don't know who you'd want to pick out. Maybe Rejects, maybe also Gladiators right now could be a team to take down. I don't know. Could be.
I have a thought. I do think Mad Bulls is relatively safe. I mean, considering that I think that the performance will continue here throughout the day. I think if you were going to target anybody based on these two groups alone, I wouldn't even mind looking towards Procedure for on Erangel. If you think about their potential rotational paths from something like Yasnaya going up against kind of Rozhok, sometimes those can potentially clash from time to time, and Erangel is the most, as we all do our little things. Please sir, I want to be next. You know, I think that could be a target. If they were going to do something, I don't know whether they will though.
I'd even go on Alter Ego, to be honest. I think that would be a good team to take down.
Maybe.
They could be a threat.
I mean, that's a good point. If you prevent people from hot dropping you when we get into the last chance stage, then it means your position's going to be a lot cleaner. You're limited in games. You have a better chance of qualifying through. But let's see what's going to break down as we're heading to our first match of the day with Sandhawk. Going to throw it over to our commentators of Jack and Blink to take it away.
Thank you, Jason. Oh, it's exciting already because I kind of like the way you can see we're all there in anticipation. It was cool. I like the way you kind of had, you know, we're in school blank. We want to get our opinions.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Because even me and you were speculating, we're theory crafting. It's sick, man. This week's going to be so damn good. Like, the quality of games yesterday was great. If that carries on, I'm living for it, Blank.
Yeah, I mean, we were having a little chat behind the scenes there. I mean, to be honest with you, there's a lot to talk about here. You know, you have some of these groups here that are now playing their last day. It's Group Green. This is their final day today before we head in towards tomorrow. Everyone gets 2 days of play between both the survival stage and that last chance. And some of the players, some of the teams in Group Green are in real danger right now. It's a stressful experience. You do Alliance, they look happy, they look ready to go, they look very, very excited to get things on the road here. They had a pretty good upwards trend over in their group. Didn't start off so strong, but ended it quite significantly well. Obviously not getting in towards that direct invite stage, but yeah, for Group Green, things do get a little tough here. And you know, we were chatting about, like, you know, there's really only a couple of teams from Group Green that we actually thought were fairly decent towards the end of it, and it kind of felt like the group of death. But the more we look into it, the more we see there's actually some very, very good teams in some of these other groups that definitely deserve more praise.
Absolutely. I think that's sort of the speculation that we had when we came to this agreement, you know, like looking back on it, in retrospect about the rose-tinted goggles or green-tinted goggles, really, the upper echelons of that group were absolute masterclass, right? Even Reject Tokyo can be lumped in with that, with how well they were playing over that week. But since coming into this, well, hang on a minute, hold that thought. It seems that hot drops are happening, Blank. What's going on here? Straight into the action. Is that Mad Bulls under pressure already?
It is Inco versus Mad Bulls here. And we saw this versus Mad Bulls in the very first day of their group versus Falcons. They lost their hot drop, but they're used to it now. They're expecting something to go off. They've already found one knock off the bat here. Let's see if they can find any more, Jackie.
How far can they go with this then? Fleek getting the reload off instantly, trying to assess the situation. Now, Mad Bulls always feel that they were hit with pressure on Sandhawk, even back in regulation of Group Green.